Don't forget to do three things: subscribe, like, and share. Welcome to On the Block with Nick. Um, I'm your host, Nick, of course. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like, subscribe, and share button. It's going to be a good one. Today I'm going to discuss Caitlin Clark and her exclusion from the um, USA Olympic team roster. There's been a lot of discussion surrounding this conversation or this topic, I should say. And there's people on both sides of the fence. Some for the decision for her not to play on a team, and then there's some who are up in a roar because they think she should have been on a team. My thoughts on it initially, uh, I didn't think she belonged on a team. But as I begin to listen to a lot of people talk about the conversation and share different points of view, it kind of made me think, okay, I understand why people are kind of feeling that way. Not everybody don't feel the same way, but it kind of made me think about things a little bit differently. So I want to kind of open this up to you guys so we can have a conversation and we can get a better understanding and address some issues and break it down. So what I'm gonna do here on this episode is kind of provide the arguments for both sides, right? But first, especially if you're new to women's basketball, period, college or professional, you probably don't really know a lot about Caitlin Clark. So let's just start there. How about that? Let's just start there. Caitlin Clark, she's a young phenom, straight out of college. I mean, was a star. She played for Iowa, the Iowa Hawkeyes, if you don't know, and by some is regarded as the greatest collegiate player, women's player of all time. She's an NCAA Division One all time leading scorer. I think that's men as well. So for men and women, she's the all-time leading scorer. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's true. She was a two-time National Player of the Year, and I mean, there's no argument as to why she was selected in the first round, number one overall by the Fever. No one can dispute that, right? There's no argument. She should have been selected number one overall because she's like the mini Steph Curry to many people. But let's let's forget about that now. Let's go to the WNBA, right? She's a rookie and she has to prove herself. She's playing against the best of the best and she has to show that she belongs. I mean, she's not the only one who had to go through this. Men, women in all sports go through the same thing. They want to see what all the hype is about and if it's true. Period. That's just how it is, right? That's just how it is. But listen, if you for the decision for her to be excluded from the roster, right? You're not wrong, and here's why. Caitlin Clark, physically, mentally, and statistically, just is not there. She's not ready yet. And you fooling yourself if you think she is. She's having trouble. She's struggling with the physicality of the league big time. If you watching the games, you see it. She's used to getting all the calls in college, the tap fouls or whatever. Nah, she's in the WNBA now. She's not going to get that. She's not going to get that. They're going to bump you. They're going to push you. They're going to test you. Period. Period. That's it. And you got to step up to the plate. You got to show them that you are physically strong enough to take that pounding, that abuse. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. And right now, she's struggling big time in the W when it comes to the physicality. Don't believe me? Just check out a game. Next is her defense. Her defense in the W as of right now is subpar. She's not a good defender. She may have been good in college, right? But again, we talking about the WNBA. What is she doing right now? She's not good enough defensively. Let's give her time to grow. Let's give her time to learn. Let's let her progress, and at an appropriate speed. Because right now you throwing her to the wolves, and a big talking point is if she's having a hard time with the physicality in the W, it's going to be worse overseas, right? In the Olympics. So give her time. Next, she is overwhelmed mentally. I can't imagine that, right? She's dealing with a lot. Constant public scrutiny, constantly, right? Someone always has something to say, period. Either positive or negative. That's tough. Along with the physicality. I mean, all that is taking a toll on her. All of it. So much so, right, that it prompted her to say this.
Looking forward to a break, from Olympic action, basketball in general, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be really nice. I mean, I've loved competing every single second, but it's going to be a great month for my body to, first of all, like get rest and get healthy and just get a little time away from basketball and the craziness of everything that's been going on and, just find some peace and quiet for myself. But then additionally, like, a great opportunity for us to work and get better, a great opportunity for myself to get in the weight room, to work on the court and work at things that I want to get better at.
Next, let's go to stats, right? Statistically, Clark ain't cutting it. She ain't cutting it. Through 13 games, played, 5.4 turnovers a game, with a grand total of 70 turnovers through 30. I mean, come on, man. 70 turnovers, 5.4 a game. Want to guess who's leading the league in turnovers? Want to take a guess? She's shooting 37.3% from the floor and only 33% from 3-point land. I'll stop there. I'm not going to continue to bash her, right? we'll just stop here because any ball player know that ball security is the number one priority. You can't score if you don't have the basketball. And with her leading the league in turnovers, that's not going to fly. That's not going to cut it. She has to work on that. And again, give her time, right? Give her time. We're not saying that she's not going to learn or she's not going to be better, but give her time. You don't want to just throw her out there and she just look crazy. So I know a lot of people have made the argument Diana Taurasi is 42 years old. She's averaging 16 points while shooting 37.3%, while contributing fewer rebounds, assists, and steals. Why is she on the team? Why is she on the team? What I'll say is this, all right, and you really got to think about it, all right? Brianna Stewart, two-time WNBA champion. Brittany Griner, nine-time All-Star. Aja Wilson, two-time MVP. All of the people I named represented the red, white, and blue in the Olympics. You know who else repped the red, white, and blue? That 42-year-old Diana Taurasi. Yep. And also include to her resume that she's a five-time Olympic champion. Listen, she may not be having a spectacular season, but you can't take away her experience and her veteran leadership. And that's why she's on the team. Every team, regardless of what sport, has that veteran. It also reminds me of when Larry Bird was on the team and his back. I mean, how many times you seen him laying on the side and his back broke back self, but he still was cold and he provided something to that team that no one else could. Yep. You can't say anything else. Nothing. So let me go ahead and transition and kind of switch and flip the script and change directions. So all my people, if you think Caitlin Clark should be on the Olympic roster, you ain't wrong either. Clark's exclusion is hard to understand and accept. And here's why. I say it's three reasons. One, marketing. Two, exposure. And three, growing the game. Those three reasons. You can't deny that Clark is the biggest thing in sports today. And she is quickly becoming probably the best known athlete in 2024. You can't deny that. Check this out. Check this out. Just listen. The WNBA opened with the highest attendance in 26 years and is the most watched and it was the most watched game in the W. Clark is so popular that they had to move the Mystics game to an NBA arena. Name a time a WNBA game has been moved. I'm waiting. Leave it in the comments. Let me know. Maybe I'm missing something. At her games, her attendance is averaging 17,000, whereas everyone else is about 7. That's crazy, man. That's wild. The WNBA had a max salary of 250,000. You might as well forget that, right? You know that's going to be going up. Chartered flights, all the goodies. I mean, come on. All because of Caitlin Clark. And of course, you can't discredit, the groundwork that was laid by the founding WNBA players. But right now, Caitlin Clark is carrying everything on her back. You can't deny that. You can't deny that. So imagine if she were selected to the Olympic roster. Just imagine the impact. The jersey sales, the advertising dollars, all of that would increase. And all of that would have been due to Caitlin Clark being on that Olympic team. Think about it. Just think about it. Bottom line, her exclusion from the team compromises what the ultimate goal is, and that is to elevate the WNBA, the brand. It's to elevate the brand so people can get paid. Listen, a rising tide lifts all the boats. A rising tide lifts all the boats. Meaning, because of Caitlin Clark's stardom, everybody going to eat. Everybody going to eat because it's bringing light and showing how talented those females really are. And they too will have their own fan base grow as well. I mean, it's a win win. So her exclusion is hard to understand based off of the things I just said. Based off of the things I just said. I mean, would you agree? Would you agree or disagree? I don't know. But let's keep it real, though. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. With or without Clark, Team USA is the overwhelming favorites to win the gold in Paris and continue their undefeated streak, stretching back to 1992. The women are going to be fine. The women are going to be fine when it comes to them getting the gold. But did they miss out on the opportunity to grow the game globally? Only time will tell. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people all over the world, that's it. It's a wrap. I'm going to end it on that note, right? Let's end it on that note because I'm really interested to see what you guys think. So leave a comment. And again, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. All right. And let's have this conversation. Let's get this thing started. Or let's continue the conversation that has been started. And hopefully somebody adds a new perspective. All right, this is your boy Nick. The block is hot, and I'm out.